Hello guys and welcome to Miniparadice for a new video, and this is one very important video which we didn't have done so far. It is an interview and the first time in English because it's a very special event happening, and this is why we are recording this video. My name is Marcel, or Cello, which you know so far, and I have three very friendly and beautiful guys next to me, so you can introduce yourself, guys.
Yeah, I'm Eloy. I'm the second one for the Miniparadice team. And I don't know where you are. Just keep on going.
I will be introducing myself then, and I'm Mishik. I'm with the Alpine Cup. Me and Kevin are two of the founding members and TOs of the Alpine Cup.
Hello, I'm Kevin.
And we wish you
Hello.
much fun watching this video. Yeah, guys, it's happening, and it's happening pretty soon. The AoS World Championship. I think it's the fourth or fifth time already in the history of the AoS Worlds. And I think last year we had also in our YouTube channel some live ticker. No, it's live ticker. We had done some recaps at the end of each day. But this year it changed a lot. And this is why we're sitting here and having a very nice conversation with the guys from the Alpine Cup, Kevin and Isaac here, which are organizing the AoS Worlds this year in Austria. It's Leoben, in Austria, and these guys are the team behind the whole stuff for the whole organizing stuff, not the rules perspective, so more that you have feeling good when you're in a tournament and you're getting all the stuff done and the tables and the room and the atmosphere and so on. And we, Miniparadice, is the first time that we also will be there. We're doing event coverage, which means we have live streams. We're doing live streaming of two tables. We have a live cam. We walk around. We're doing some interviews. So we will be there. We'll be there with a team of 6 guys, and hopefully have a very, very great time. And we met the first time, Kevin, during the Raccoon Rumble last year. And I think this was the first discussion where we wanted to be like kind of a cooperation to each other. So Alpine Cup has already 12 tournaments already organized. So there's a huge, huge experience from the team. And we want you guys to show the world what is the team behind the team and why it's maybe something special that you guys are organizing the AoS World Championship for this year. And we are really happy to work with you on this project, and also can be there and doing the event coverage for the AoS Worlds for this year. So just as a quick introduction, I mean, I was talking a lot, and it's more important for you guys to show your faces and give us some very interesting and exciting information about you. And just a general question which you may answer is, what is the Alpine Cup team, and tell us a little bit more about you guys and your team.
Yeah, so thank you very much for the nice introduction. This is Ishik and me. We are here as representatives as the Alpine Cup TO board. And yeah, we are really happy to be here and be in the situation that we can host this year's Age of Sigmar Worlds. And for us, it's a big honor. It's a very big honor to get the possibility to host this highly reputed event. We come with a big orga team, we come with a big crew, we come with big experience. As beside Alpine Cup events, Ishik and me already made events in our own home countries for the past years. Like, we are doing events in Leoben since back in, I would have to look on T3, but I think 2006 or 2005 we're hosting events. So right now we're more than 100 local events, so we're very good connected in Leoben. We have a very good reputation. We come with a big infrastructure bonus. So yeah, maybe can introduce you into our team that we developed throughout the years and our locations itself.
Oh, we can
You're
change
having right.
where you're talking. I just go on your website because maybe it's easier for you to show your team, so the team behind the team.
Yeah, this is now our 6 headed team that we are having. Let's start with the bottom right. Let's start with the good soul from our team with Sebastian. Sebastian is a creative guy. He is shop leader of Marcus Miniatures. So he is into pro painting. He is into creative work. He is into 3D printing. He comes with a high decorated TO level as well. So he's making 80 to 120 people events just on his own. On the 40K specific sector, he is one of the biggest referees so far in Europe. Like, he comes with a good attitude to the event itself. Bottom left, we have the other good soul of our team. We have Joe. Johannes Gapp is at Alpine Cup responsible for marketing, for streaming, for the connection B2B. So yeah, he's together with Sebastian, the most recent new faces at our team. Then we have Mathieu Bach. Mathieu is since last year, April, I guess. Ishik, is it correct?
Mm-hmm. That's correct.
Since last year, April, he is part of the team. He is the president of the French Wargame Federation of the FEC. Also a WTC TO. On the top left, we have me, Kevin, a lawyer by trade, graduated from law school back in the years. I'm right now self-employed. Maybe Ishik should explain what I do.
Kev is, say, the hands and feet of Alpine Cup in Austria and in where he's the guy who finds the venues, or at least talks with the venue managers. He's the guy who arranges all the necessary resources. Like, if there's something that is needed, I'll just pester Kev to find it. Kev, we need XYZ, and we need it at this time, and we need it yada yada yada. So he's the guy who calls the guy who knows a guy who knows another guy who will get us those things, and on that works out very well because I can sit down behind a computer and look 6 hours a day in front of a screen, and then I'll just tell him what to do and he'll do it. It's pretty great. And top right we have Calvin, who your viewers might know from Breaking Heads, Kings of the Hill, and he is our head judge for the 40K events, and he was our first person who joined the Alpine Cup TO team other than me and Kev. So that is our team, or at least Age of Sigmar was.
Not to forget Ishik. So I introduce Ishik. Ishik is the guy, like he self said, sitting 6 hours a day minimum behind the computer, caring about all of the backend, all of the Discord, publications, public things you see, coordinating all the stuff we need to buy from abroad or from somewhere else in the world. Like, if you tell him something, Ishik, do you know where this is coming from? Ishik will find it after some days' work. Other than that, unfortunately, he's sitting out of Europe, so we don't see each other that much, but we hear each other more than necessary, I think.
Not much. I'm going to be with you like 90 days this year. What are you talking about?
Wonderful.
So I think this is quite
I
often.
counted. I counted.
like
Okay, I looked at the calendar. I counted how many days I'll be there, and each of those days I'm in Europe. I'm with that guy, and I'm like, okay, so and I'm like, oh, I don't see.
Sounds like a lot to
I
me
see
for
you.
sure.
I
Yeah.
see this guy more often than I see my sister. Just saying, yeah.
Hey,
Somebody.
more than my brother, I see this guy. So
And this
That
one,
sounds like you have everything figured out, guys. It's amazing. And since we're all hobbyists and we want to know and learn more about you, would you mind telling us like which of the systems you prefer playing and what is your favorite faction?
Ishik, if you want to start.
this little thing, you see, the River Titan from Adeptus Titanicus. I have some other
So-
things as well.
A little giant, yeah.
The little giant. I started this hobby with Warhammer 40k, and this was back in late 2000s. Then I sort of got into it not because of the game itself, but because of what surrounds the game. It is pretty amazing thing if you're just playing computer games that you find something that this day, like Saturday, for example, is reserved for everybody to come together, enjoy some several hours of gaming or just hanging out, and then go out to have a meal or a drink or something. That's pretty amazing for somebody who has just lived just with computer games where everybody was available online and you just press that join game and join something. So, but entire hobby and the community around it was pretty amazing. It still is what the driving force of Alpine Cup really. Be able to create such moments where people can come together. It will be worth traveling several thousand kilometers if necessary, come together to enjoy some quality times with fellow-minded people.
I mean, there's a huge difference now when we compare to AoS worlds. I think the aim of the AoS worlds, it's kind of different. I think this is more the most competitive way of being on a tournament. This is what I heard so far, and I'm really looking forward. But it's a very positive community way of thinking. I really like it. And so you currently don't play the game right now?
I have fallen apart, but I am slowly getting back into things.
Okay.
Used to play hardcore 40k, like literally several games a week kind of thing, but it just
So
with COVID I fell off.
to get a small interpretation of the view or the how Kevin is looking, it's more like you spend too much time for the organizing stuff, and this is why you don't have time for playing the games for your own.
Yeah, he just wants to play a round of Warhammer with you, man.
What about you, Kevin?
I'll play. Let's start where I started to play. I started to play back in 1999 Warhammer Fantasy. Came from Warhammer Fantasy to play Warhammer Fantasy and Lord of the Rings with the old De Agostini brochures. After that, I started playing 40k as well. So I was attending 2008, 2009 in Münster, the ETC in Warhammer Fantasy and 40k. 2011, I think Swiss was it 40k, and I played 40k. Okay, then I started 2022, I think Soulblight.
Ooh, it's a good choice.
Yeah.
Good choice.
Was a good choice. I also played some tournaments as well. I played the campaign here in Graz with the local team, with the Austrian team captain Daniel and these guys. Actually, right now I'm playing on a competitive level 40k, as I was driving last week to a super major in Germany, the week before to a teams event in Milano. So yeah, I'm traveling much a year just to enjoy the part of gaming, because as we are here maybe as TOs and as organizers, all of us still have a hobby to play it itself, because it gives you so much, it helps you so much, it supports you when you need it, and was it in our in our Alpine Cup crew very important. We have main jobs that we fulfill. So although we put and invest many time into Alpine Cup, we have our main jobs. As Calvin is working at a big company, Joe is insurance, working for an insurance company. Sebastian is shop owner. Ishik has a shop as well. Yeah, we all have our daily trade, and Alpine Cup is like the hobby we are trying to run professional. So maybe this makes a bit clear how is our approach into the hobby. Of course, we are a bit more into 40k because we come from a big 40k community, and Ishik was chairman of ETC for a couple of years, and I'm like in a few years, 20 years in that hobby and this community. So yeah, the same is now right now developing in Age of Sigmar for us as well, as our Casale event, for example, in Italy, gets many teams that I've never expected. So it's with our first time in Italy, it's even bigger than anything we did abroad or in Austria when it comes to Age of Sigmar. And yeah. So,
What is then is this one of the reasons why you decided to be one organizer for the AoS World Championships, or what is the reason or the motivation for you guys for doing this for this year?
Well, we did bid before as well. We unfortunately didn't win, but to be honest, it's more about it's not no way to say this politely, but a slight sense of arrogance, I guess, where we believe that we can do a very good job, and also do it in a way where the community gets what they deserve. Then the tabletop gaming community for Age of Sigmar is a pretty decent community, like with a very high standards for not just gaming, but also of character as well. And that community needs the event that it deserves. And we believe that we can do a very good job and do it in a way where we can create memorable experiences. And we don't want to just do it once and leave either. We want to be part of the AoS community moving forward with other events as well. So that's why the Age of Sigmar is now a permanent addition to our roster in events like Salzburg or Germany or Italy. So we're not here because we think that it's a nice community and it deserves nice events.
I can tell you that it's a very nice community. There's so much sharing love. I know the German team especially, they're sharing the last match, for example, always the triggers, the shirts from the last opponents that they have. So they collect the shirts from the and they're very proud for wearing, for example, the Canada trigger or France trigger and Swedish triggers and so on. So therefore I know, and I've seen so many pictures so far, there is a huge harmony and good atmosphere at these kind of events, and I think people love being there, and therefore it's a very good attitude for you guys for being one time of the organizer for this year. So therefore I really understand your way of thinking for start. Or it was kind of, you had to make an offer, so this is why you get the chance.
AoS World's community bid process is actually quite it's a good one. It has some real nice aspects, especially you need to have the country that you want to host events in support. So the captain has to sponsor your bid.
Okay.
Then before even submitting a bid, it has to get the captain's approval, which is a very nice addition to the usual bidding process of other events, where it's just a person who is not connected to the community can attempt to bid, and if they make a flashy PDF document, they might win the event. But in AoS Worlds, that's not the case. You need the local community's approval, to even move forward, which is a very nice addition. That it makes sure organizers connected.
Totally get the point. Okay.
Sounds good. And just to chip in what you said before, I think you have to be a little bit arrogant about what you do, because pulling off an event of this magnitude, I think we now see on screen what kind of things you did before. It's a huge ask, and it's not an easy task, and you have to be very sure about what you're doing. and you guys are seasoned veterans in this community. And what I would like to know is, you organized a lot of events before, but obviously not like a AoS World's Teams event on this scale. Like, is there anything you approach differently than in your usual events?
I think yes. At 40k events, if we did a 40k event together with a person that it was not in the Alpine team at this specific moment last year in NRW in Schmallenberg, and at this point we knew, okay, we're making a 40k event, but we 100% know what to do, when, in what time we would need to schedule everything. And we didn't need to ask him, for example, hey, do you think this is good? Is this good? Is this correct? Should we change that? And in the Age of Sigmar Worlds, I think it was for us important that we got from the board of commissioners, that we got their approval on nearly all game-related decisions we made. So, for example, the terrain, the forests, bases in general, or I think most of the game-related parts that equals the gaming experience. We wanted to make 100% sure be 100% fit for the needings of Age of Sigmar Worlds. Because at this high level, I think even small nuances mean much to the players. So we wanted to get everywhere approval that this is the best we could do, that we don't leave something behind. And of course, we brought in all the Alpine Cup spirit, all the Alpine Cup work, all the blood that is needed to make an Alpine Cup event. So yeah, I think this was one of the big differences. Or Ishik, did I miss something?
I'll just reinforce what Kev said. Is this is an event that has two leading parties when it comes to the general entity, which is the local organizer and the AoS World's chairs, which sometimes look at things differently. So
Yeah,
it is
so just to repeat, sorry to interrupt, like not everybody might know this, right? Because you are doing you're doing the event like on the boots on the ground kind of thing, but then you also have like the area where like people have they expect something from you, right?
For example, we do the Alpine Cup does the logistics, but the AoS Worlds organization does all the rules and the refereeing part.
Yeah.
And the model approval is entirely by them. How the tournament is structured, as in how many rounds, how many points, it is by the AoS Worlds chair. So we need to be very, very open in communication and be in constant communication to make sure that what we think is default in an event is indeed the default as well, and we don't have the luxury of proving in the next event, because the next event is a year away. We need to be very, very sure the players get a seamless experience where they are happy. They don't see anything that is or they don't feel anything that's a problem for them. It's very, very important for us because it's their hard-earned free time. They spend a lot of time, energy, and money to make that trip and join this event. And they shouldn't be bothered by trivial matters that we could have handled beforehand.
Yeah,
Understood.
Yeah, absolutely.
Totally get it. So I mean, the whole organization part we already talked so far the most. So let's at the end of the conversation, I think let's just do some personal questions for you, which maybe also some funny part of thing, I guess. So what is one of the favorite moments you have enjoyed so far during your time as an organizer of big tournaments? Is there anything which comes to your mind where you say, wow, this was exciting, or this was very funny? Or is there anything else when we question you these kind of, is there anything which comes to your mind which you want to tell us or give us some insights?
Isik, want to start? Potentially we have the same story.
I don't want to tell that story because at least if it's I know which story it is, but I don't think he wants us to tell it, so I will not. But if you want to tell it, it's fine. But for me, it's a not a one specific moment, but a specific moment that happens in every tournament. It's when the players come to the tournament venue at the first day without having seen the venue before at all. And we don't share work in progress pictures of the venue specifically to add that wow factor for the players. We want them to come in and all that excitement, take in the atmosphere. And when I see a player at the corner of my eye into the venue and will like a wide shot with their eyes and take in the atmosphere, that's a very, very nice feeling for me. As in, I enjoy that a lot, and I get to have that moment hundreds of times in an event because it's for most. So especially if it's a new player and it's their first big event, I'm pretty amazed. It makes me very, very happy. It truly is vicariously living their excitement is pretty good.
Yeah, totally. I think Eloy and I are also doing tournaments since 7 years, and we totally understand the point. So I can have the same feelings. I think you have the same, Eloy.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, Kevin, then I think this is not the funny part which you described, so it's your
He
chance.
set like a high and like very morally like correct bar for you. So let's see where you go with this, huh?
Okay, imagine I think 6 years ago, I was with some of the guys from Graz and we were enjoying and drinking some alcohols. And one of the guys said, Kevin, we are making so cool events in Austria. Just apply for 40k WTC because today is a deadline. I was sitting there and said, oh, sure, we can. Why not? I wrote in 5 minutes some answered some questions, pressed on submit. 1 day later, I got a potential scam call via WhatsApp from Turkey, and Ishik was calling me.
Take insult to that. It's not a potential scam; it's an actual scam.
Yeah, and I was listening, and don't be angry, Ishik. I heard just because I said, huh? What are you talking? Yeah, you're 40k. Da, da, da. I was like, what is going on? And from this starting point on, it developed into a moment of writing, texting, saying, "Hey, we make an event. Let's make the Alpine Cup." I think 9 months or 12 months later, was it 14 months? I don't know. We made our first event together, and we randomly wrote out, "Hey, come to the Alpine Cup," and 88 players came to Leoben. And even Ishik for the first time. When he came for the first time, me and a friend of our club were waiting at the bus at the train station, and we thought maybe he doesn't come, and all the past 12 months were a scam. And then he came with his luggages, and we were waiting with beer. I think it was 2021, Ishik, yeah? Or 2020?
2021 June. 2021 June.
I have
It was
no clue.
delayed.
Yeah, and we were enjoying, and we were making a cool event the very first time. Even though I can assure you, not a single Alpine Cup was perfect or was without any problems or what was a perfect run. But we had, I think, so far no players who said, "Oh fuck, we shouldn't have gone there." I think once you see, and I don't mean this arrogant or something, if you see that people who are doing this for a hobby and not for money or for a job, and you will realize that when you see, for example, how much effort and money we have put into terrain and into improve that and make that even more and more beautiful and have individualized mats and stuff, then you see, okay, these guys took it serious and didn't not just rent somewhere a space and borrowed from all clubs terrain. So we really tried to do it, and even like with the streaming partners, we tried to say, hey, we want to provide you the best time ever, because streaming like you guys are doing, all of this is part of the hobby. And without your part, for example, a very important part is falling apart from the hobby. And if all of these parts come together and work together, pull on the same rope, then the event comes another level. If I mean another level, I mean it comes for the people more and more important to be there, because they say, hey, I took time off from my work. I'm leaving my family for XYZ days. I'm paying 400, 500,000, 2,000 euros to going there, playing there in a sports hall with small miniatures. And it's our job in the hobby to make this time worth it and your trip worth it.
Very, very good chosen words which you use for describing our fantasy and our hobby and our love to small plastic miniatures, which is kind of true. And I think this is the reason why we are sitting here together and have this kind of conversation, introducing you guys as a Alpine Cup team, and for us as well, the first time that we go to such a big event for doing live event coverage in the streaming there, and put also money and much effort on it. And this is why we're really looking forward to this huge event and for the AoS Worlds for 2025. So guys, for you as the last overview, if you haven't been there, there's the Alpine Cup website, the alpinecup.com. You can see the website from the guys here, which we showed so far. Here's the team. Big shots also for Lim, one of my buddies. I really love this guy. Haven't told you before. If you're interested, besides the AoS Worlds, to join one of the tournaments, you can see each tournament, which is in which month. You can just click on it and you can see what is the location, what is the event, what is the the venue, and can buy tickets. So if you're really interested for Alpine Cup, they do very much love to it, and this is why we are sitting here, and we want these guys to, that you can see the faces of these ones who are doing so many tournaments already. And therefore I would just say thank you, Kevin and Isaac. Thank you, Eloy. I think this is also for us both doing the first time such kind of interview, also first time in English. And
yeah, probably not the best, probably not the last. We will grow.
Yes, it's always.
Yeah, our motto for Alpine Cup. Maybe not the best, but not the last.
Yeah, see, true love story.
True love story. Yeah, I think this is what
Thank you guys for the
could be.
beautiful interview.
Of course, this could be the best final closing words which you have chosen, Eloy, so far. So thank you very much. And this is one part. This is the first part of it. This was the introduction for the Alpine Cup for doing AoS was 2025. There will be the list submission on the 16th April, which is tomorrow, because we're recording on the 15th. And the next video we will cover all the nations, all the teams, all the factions. We're providing some slides and overviews. This is what we want to do in the second part of it. So therefore, I want to say thank you all. Wish you a very good evening. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any further questions for us, for doing the coverage, for doing the streaming, for doing the organization, for the Alpine Cup, just write in the comments or pick some shouts or write an email to the team. I think Isaac will answer all your questions on Discord and via email. This is what I have learned so far. Therefore,
yeah, within 1 hour, of course.
I am terminally online, so that is that. Just answer any unknown questions that you have.
Therefore, thank you guys. Stay healthy, take care, and thank you very much for watching. Bye bye, and see you soon.
See you.